You're watching Talk with Audrey. Welcome back. Financial literacy is an important and necessary life skill, and my guest today is Dr. Bill Hensley. He's the president and CEO of the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're going to talk about the benefits of financial education in high school and how to make it have the most positive impact. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. So financial education is really important. Why is it important to have financial education available in high school?
Well, we want to assure that every student gets started out on the right foot financially in their life. And we've been funding research in this topic in many years, and we've evolved significantly in our understanding of how to do quality financial education. And we've seen in states that require this, students have lower credit card debt, lower revolving balances, higher credit scores, and most recently we have funded a study that looked at the impact on higher education and borrowing. And what we have found is that students are what we're calling better borrowing, and they are more likely to apply for financial aid. They're not taking out those private student loans that have higher costs associated with them, as well as the credit card debt. Students are graduating with lower credit card debt compared to those students who do not have financial education. And a troubling trend we've seen is that individuals are putting higher education on credit cards to pay for school. And again, if you have financial education, or if it's a requirement in your state, you don't do that as much. You're graduating with much lower credit card debt and specific to higher education costs.
Well, and also conversely, getting a better start in life because you don't have all that debt following you. So it's really interesting. Why don't more schools then provide financial literacy and education classes?
Well, we are actually seeing positive momentum in this direction. 19 states now have a mandate in place that says that every student should take financial education before they graduate. And several other states are considering it. They're looking at it. And then some states, it's a lot more localized and the individual school districts require it. So there is progress here, and we're excited about that. And as our understanding of the effectiveness of financial education and how to best teach money management skills and personal finance evolve, we're also improving as educators in this space so that we want to help students. And as that data becomes clearer, we can make a stronger case, and hopefully the momentum will continue so that every student in the country has quality financial education as part of their curriculum.
Or are you finding, Bill, that most parents are no longer taking on the burden of financing their child's education?
Well, I think it's both. What we're seeing is that people at all generations are carrying student loan debt. Grandparents have student loan debt. Gen Xers like myself, some of us still have student loan debt. So it is a multiple generation issue. And if we can do things to help students understand and navigate the system as it exists, hopefully they can make better borrowing decisions to offset some of that. The other piece of this, though, is that education alone is not going to solve this problem. We have a funding sort of crisis, a cost crisis, if you will, when it comes to higher education. And until those systems are improved, we're doing the best we can to help students make informed decisions based on everything in the beginning stages of their financial life, including higher education.
And what can parents do to bring financial education into their high schools?
Well, all education is local, as we say, and start local. And there's actually a reason for that. We funded a study a few years ago that looked at that teacher confidence in the topic as well as competence. And what we found is that 9 out of 10 teachers say that this topic should be required for all students. So you already have an ally in the building, in the school, and make the case. Go get data, make the case for what financial education can do for your students, and say, we want our students to graduate ready to face life. And there's lots of great subjects that we're learning in school, and this is a practical life skill that not all students get at home. So let's make sure that the playing field is even and every student has quality financial education.
So where can people go for more information about the report and, of course, the National Endowment for Financial Education?
Yes, there's actually 2 websites that'll be very useful for parents and advocates alike. The first one is our website, nefe.org, where you will find lots of data about projects that we've funded and studies that make the case for the importance of this work. And then I'm on the national board of the Jumpstart Coalition, and we are working at the grassroots effort. And we have built a website called checkyourschool.org that lists every school in the country where you can go in and look to see if your school offers financial education, or you can mark that your school does and be part of that movement and that momentum that's happening now.
All right, everyone, check out those websites. It's really important to be sure that your dollars are making sense. Dr. Billy Hensley, the President and CEO of the National Endowment for Financial Education, has been my guest. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And I'll be right back after this.